The Tigray region in northern Ethiopia is known for its assembly of rock-hewn churches. Sculpted out of sandstone, the most wondrous of these is Abuna Yamataga. There's only one way up. You have to climb this cliff face. Welcome to the world's most perilous church. Established in the 5th century, the church is named after its founder and builder, Father Yamata. Perched 650 feet above a steep cliff, some say he chose its location to be closer to heavenly spirits. Others argue it was a strategic move to avoid his enemies. Either way, the church's location, ceiling frescoes, and precious goatskin Bible have attracted worshippers for centuries. The church has 20 clergymen and is managed by this high-ranking priest. He has lived here for over 47 years, and he makes the climb every day.
أنا دما كشي غورو رفائيل أسرسها يبهال أوزي بيت كريستيانو زي نوارئية أقلقالي قداسي وداسئية أوزي دما زلمصو أقايش مسأنا قادي كوينز تقومتكو إيه كل جزية دما وزئية.
For fearless worshippers, the 2-hour trek to the top begins by hiking to the bottom of the rock from the valley below. Visitors must first remove their shoes before climbing.
نساتهم ما عادين كريوا خلوا فرحمه كم تصعد في مسلم لحرجن أتابعنا أوزي حازو أوزي رجسونا بالنجن نساتهم كعات تتابعهم يوصوا أيام اللسي سلين حبر لهم أيام اللسي متشوي لا نحن حبر لهم.
The final obstacle to the church's entrance can test the most ardent pilgrim's faith. A narrow cliff ledge with a deadly drop to the left and no room for error. Once through, you may think you're in heaven, but you've never felt more alive.
كل هذي أوزي بيت كريستيانتي زي سجدي أوزي بيت كريستيانتي زي السالمي يلن بنا إجزاء حيلي سلزخون أيو تخم زيلو أوزي كوينيو عمي دخل يخون لو قدر تسألني مالتي.
In this 4th century fragment of a book written in the Coptic language, we have a new, previously unknown gospel. 8 lines on the front, 6 lines on the back. The most exciting line in the whole fragment, however, is the sentence, Jesus said to them, to his disciples that is, Jesus said to them, my wife. What this does not mean is that Jesus had a wife. It's not evidence for us historically that Jesus had a wife. It's quite clear evidence, in fact, that some Christians, probably in the second half of the 2nd century, that's between about 150 and 200 AD, thought that Jesus had a wife. We have, of course, in the last decades, numerous examples of these kinds of things where they found Jesus' tomb, or they found James's ossuary. So I was extremely skeptical, and without actually too much trouble, I saw how the sentences right in front of what's existing, that is to say, what would be in the missing part that fit with the mother, was very closely related to a particular saying in the Gospel of Thomas. We spent several hours looking at this fragment, discussing it in every possible way, starting from the notion that it's a forgery, and trying to convince ourselves, trying to make arguments against that. But the conclusion was that it was authentic and probably 4th century. I was very interested in asking a question: when was the first time that we have evidence of that anybody actually said Jesus was not married? And I was surprised to find that it is indeed right during the same period when we're dating this fragment. And so what we can see is that it's about 100, 150 years after Jesus died before the question is raised, did Jesus have a wife or not? And when it is raised, it's tied to discussions, even controversies, even arguments, that early Christians are having about proper Christian practice. Should Christians marry or should they be celibate?